When former New England Patriots head coach Bill Belichick made the announcement that he was headed to North Carolina on a big deal, that he was committed to rebuilding North Carolina's football program, a lot of people wondered why this decision, why this choice to head to college at this point. Maybe a Belichick type of personality in college football 2 decades ago might have worked out incredible, but nowadays, dealing with these young kids with NIL and the transfer portal and all that stuff, was this really going to work? Is this going to be another thing to build his legacy? Or would it turn into a complete and total disaster? And before the first game had been played, when Bill Belichick's young 20-year-old girlfriend is getting involved in the football program, is handling his interviews, and seemed like a massive distraction, a lot of people had doubts whether this was going to work. And all we have is one game to go off of. But last night, it didn't get off to a great start for Bill Belichick and the North Carolina Tar Heels, because they got absolutely obliterated, dominated in every sense of the word, blown out by TCU at home. At North Carolina, 48-14. And you know what? After the first drive, it felt like, oh, holy shit, Bill Belichick, he's got this thing rolling. They went on just like a perfect 4 or 5 minute drive right down the field, scored a touchdown, and then they did not score until about the end of the third quarter. They got dismantled, and Bill Belichick's college debut was an unmitigated disaster. They had all these people on hand. Michael Jordan was there. Lawrence Taylor was there. All these people from North Carolina were there. ESPN, it's all they could talk about. And it ended in just an absolute nightmare. It was an obliteration. And every single person in the world right now is making fun of Bill Belichick. You just had tweet after tweet after tweet that was something to this effect. ESPN showing how old Belichick and his girlfriend were in 2008, as it's 40-7. Scores starting to look like that age gap. Weird stat. In the history of college football, Super Bowl champion coaches with 24-year-old girlfriends have never won any games as a college head coach. And it was, look, I had my doubts whether this was going to work. And it's just one game. You know, it's just one game. We saw a lot of maybe things we didn't expect in week 1, but nothing to the state of this. Now, this game originally, I think that UNC opened as a couple-point favorite. I think as more bettors came in, that shifted over to TCU. TCU was the favorite before the game started, looking at the betting spreads. But people were not expecting a 30, nearly 40-point trouncing for this team. And that's what it was. It was an absolute disaster. And honestly, look, my feelings about this were that it would end up in disaster, that he's not going to be there the entire time, that I think he's going to destroy his legacy while he's there. I don't know what is up with Jordan Hudson and the young girlfriend who potentially started off as an escort. We don't know. That's just speculation. Her being so involved in this thing, it's all weird. It all just seems weird, and it's one thing to have that Belichick aura and to be like no nonsense and monotone. It's one thing to do that when you're sitting there with all these Super Bowl championship trophies. When you got brought in, you got paid a bunch of money to rebuild this program, and this is how you started off. I don't know how long people are going to sit there and give him the benefit of the doubt, and it could not have gone worse. It went as bad as it possibly could for Bill Belichick in North Carolina, and just one game. But holy shit, if this is what it's going to look like, it's going to be a rough tenure as a college football head coach. What do you guys think? Let me know in the comments section below. Smash a like button, subscribe to the channel, ring the bell for notifications, share this video out there, and I'll talk to you later.